The universe is saying today to you that there is no space in between anymore. Either you do it or don't. You may feel a strong energetic pull right now to become renewed. Not by itself, but by you choosing that you are done repeating the old patterns, you're done repeating the old beliefs, you're done repeating the old habits. It's about rebirth right now. I want to share with you 5 different energy themes for today's full moon, how it may affect you, how it may inspire you, and how it may move you. So you say goodbye to your past with gratitude, with love, with acceptance. You've learned a lot, you've been maybe hurt, you've been transformed, and now you can take the lessons. You can say, well, all the obstacles I've seen due to what I believe to be true are now stepping stones for me, because now I'm driven by the new frequency instead of the old. Now I'm driven by the personality of my future self instead of the personality of my old self. Now I'm willing to be inspired by the thoughts of my future self, by the emotions of my future self, by the energy of my future self instead of the old. So what does it mean? Well, it means that you either step into that new version of yourself or you choose to stay the old habitual you and just tapping a finger into the possibility but never truly decide. It's about decision, and there's power in deciding. When we truly decide, it means we will not try it. Like, I'm not trying it, but then maybe I will return back to the past. When we decide, it means we firmly step forward and we kind of burn the bridges. We kind of say, I'm done repeating the old habits. Doesn't matter how hard it will be. Doesn't matter how challenging it will be for my habitual body. You see, your body is the subconscious mind, and it will have a bit of a hard time when you decide to step into a new frequency. But when you step into a new frequency, it means you're now training your body to adapt to the new identity, to adapt to the new frequency, and to adapt to the new lifestyle. And that's what this full moon is all about. Well, it's a powerful one because it's encouraging the process of rebirth. I want to share 5 different energy themes with you so you can notice how this energy right now is influencing you. It's kind of the point of no returning. And deep inside, this is the right time to do that. So the first energy theme is death, rebirth, and spiritual awakening. So let's talk about these 3 different things. Every time we decide to change, a part of us dies, right? And we kind of need to courageously look at these processes. So what does it mean that something dies? It means that it doesn't return in the same form that it existed. So when a part of you dies, it means it transforms into something greater. So ask yourself right now, what are the thoughts you've been receiving that maybe it would be good to start something, or something that would be good for you, that would be healthy for you, or a certain project that you knew for such a long time that you have to begin, but you've been procrastinating on. Why? Because there was still an old version of you present inside of you that was afraid of change. It was not actually afraid to change, it was just disciplined to not do anything new, to not do anything unfamiliar, because it's scary or painful or just, unfamiliar. So you've been living in a discipline of the old you, and that kept you safe, but it was not passionate and inspiring, right? It was lacking some kind of nutrients that support life, right? And therefore, this part of you must die. And in order for it to die, something new must be born, because there is no change without adding something new, right? When you remove something old, you must add something new, and this is called transformation then. Because you kind of transmute the material of the old, you take the energy that was stored in maybe a lazy lifestyle or boring lifestyle or not exciting lifestyle, you take that stored energy and you use it as a fuel for taking new action, right? This is the transformation then that right now you may be deeply inspired to do. So I told you death, rebirth, and spiritual awakening. So let's talk about spiritual awakening right now. Spirit means beyond matter. So it's a force that gives life to matter. So ask yourself, what is giving life to matter? You will notice it's a force that inspires you. It's a force that gives you greater thoughts. It's a force that gave life to the future you that already exists as a potential. It's actually you beyond matter. There is nothing outside of you. It's you beyond matter. So there's a higher you and there's lower you. Lower you is more egoistic you. You've experienced that before in the past, when you had troubles, when you felt separated from your goals and dreams, when you were angry, when you were annoyed, when you had all these kind of emotional outbursts and worries. You've experienced your ego self. Your ego is the identity of the five senses. It's the awareness of the five senses. Nothing wrong with it. It's the vehicle through which you experience this life. And then there are higher yous. Those are more evolved yous. And when it comes to spiritual awakening, then it doesn't mean you just start to maybe think more spiritually about life or think more positively about life. It means that you start noticing there is you beyond these current pleasures. There is you beyond these current habits. There is you beyond this current lifestyle. And that you has a greater lifestyle, a greater health, a greater abundance, a greater love for life or reverence for reality or whatever. And when you find that greater you will feel inspired by it. It will inspire you because that you loves you right now. And when you connect with it, you feel quite of inspired to become it. But then there's the old lover you, the habitual you, that wants to keep you safe. It wants to keep you in the comfort zone. Why? Because it doesn't want to change. It doesn't want to die. Because it thinks death is bad. Death is wrong. And look at the society. People are afraid of death because they think death is bad or wrong. But it's not. Actually, we are constantly going through these processes of death and rebirth. And when we embrace these processes, we notice it's actually the best thing. Because only once you decide, okay, I'm here right now, but I'm willing to get here. And what it takes is some kind of discipline to keep doing what I know that I have to do to become it. Doesn't matter what my body says habitually. That's when we decide that some old parts of us need to die. And this is what this full moon today is all about. It's a very powerful one. It's a bit closer to Earth, so it will appear a bit bigger. You will see it. But where the energy is, what matters right now. So when it comes to spiritual awakening, then we must recognize what greater me, what greater you is calling you to you. And well, it may sound very poetic, but what it truly means, it means that there were certain things you've been contemplating for such a long time because you knew you have to do it. Not just because it will improve your life, but because it will help you discover more of what you're capable of. And you can only discover it if you keep doing it. And by doing it, you develop trust into yourself, and by developing trust into yourself, you develop trust into life, and life start trusting you. And it will start giving you more incredible ideas to create more incredible life. So if you want to trust the universe so everything will work out, start actually doing what you know that you have to do, because that's when you will start developing trust into you. And when you start developing trust into you, you will start also doing more of what is good for you, what is healthy for you, what is changing your life for the better. And that's when you will actually develop a trust for life in action. So it's not a mental thing, oh, I trust life. No, it's actually doing what you know you have to do. noticing these higher thoughts of yours that are saying to you what you have to do, then putting it into action, then being so consistent with it that you actually become renewed. And that's when you will start cultivating trust for life, because you will notice the feedback. More I do what is good for me, not what is easy, what is good for me, what brings me into my higher nature, what improves my life, what improves my finances, what improves my health, what deepens my relationships. More I do these things, more I start trusting myself. You see, your mind is always recording everything. So when you say to yourself you will do something and then you don't do it, your mind records it. And then your self-confidence decreases, your self-trust decreases. And you see, universe is you, reflecting you. So when your self-trust decreases, the universe stops trusting you. So the universe will not give you what you want to receive because you're not worthy of it. You're not worthy of it because you haven't developed trust in yourself. You see how simple is this? You just start catching higher thoughts that are saying to you what you have to do. There are so many things you've been dreaming about, my friend. Wake up. Wake up. You've been dreaming about so many incredible things and now you're waiting. Don't wait. Do it from now on. This full moon is your initiation, my friend. Are you hearing this? This full moon is your initiation. It's not about waiting some celestial events. It's about deciding I will initiate myself. And I just feel inspired right now to talk about this. So, my friend, be initiated by developing trust into you, by saying yes to ideas that are making your life better and saying no to the ideas that are making your life more destructive, maybe. You know the best what you have to do. The second energy theme for today is quantum entanglement, energetic shifts, and alternate realities. So you see connection now, right? The entanglement. You see, you are connected with the future versions of you right now, and you're experiencing this connectedness. So how does it feel? It feels that you're constantly getting glimpses and feelings of how does it feel when you're financially abundant? How does it feel when you're healthy? Even though if maybe you're not there, even though maybe you don't feel in love with life, maybe you don't feel passion for life. There are moments when you just experience passion, when you just experience abundance, when you just experience love. It doesn't happen materialistically. It happens spiritually. It firstly is planted in the spirit, then it is born in life. So you need to notice right now these energies, these subtle energies that feel like the future you, and trust them and walk in them. Why? Because the only way to bring them here, to bring the heaven on earth, is to create heaven inside of you, to see yourself as the vehicle in which kingdom comes, right? So your body must become the vehicle of that kingdom. So what does it mean? Your mind needs to be, well, what? Focused. Your mind needs to be focused. If your mind is shattered all over the place, then there's no kingdom, there's only chaos. Chaos is not the kingdom. Chaos is like a bunch of rocks that need to be put onto place to build kingdom, right? So what does it mean? It means information must be organized, put into some kind of order, and then actualized. Which means the information you hold on to, if it doesn't help you to make your life better, then it is distracting you, or it's just a bit chaotic. And this is a great time to see, to look deep inside of you. Ask yourself what you already know and you've been not putting into work or into action. Now is a great time. So you will feel most probably very inspired, or you may feel annoyed, like, for how long I need to repeat something to learn that I can do better. This may be thoughts right now, or you may feel even irritated, like I've tried it so many times and I've fallen off. So you need to recognize what's the reason you've fallen off. One of the reasons may actually be that you've stopped believing into yourself. And you've stopped believing into yourself because at some point discipline felt more painful than inspiring, because you've lost the vision of the future of who you want to become or who you are becoming. Now, if you know that that you is already you in your heart, you will know that that discipline is worthy, because, well, rewards come after action, but they must be born in vision. So when you have a clear vision of where you're going, you will experience this entanglement. And that is important to know, because entanglement will introduce you to a frequency of the new you. And the frequency of the new you is everything. More you feel the frequency of the new you, less you feel the frequency of the old you. More you fit the frequency of the new you, less you fit the frequency of the old you. So what does it mean? Well, think about your personal frequency as your mentality, your emotionality, and your way of making choices. So how you think, how you feel, and how you're moving through life, how you're behaving, creates your state of being. It's your personal frequency. And your personal frequency creates your reality. So if you don't like the reality how it is right now, it means it's still a reflection of your frequency. And your frequency can only upgrade when you upgrade your mentality, which means start expecting new things, start looking things from a new way, and it will help you to feel better, because thoughts create biochemical signals in the body called emotions. So when you will think differently from a new perspective, when you will learn to maybe zoom out from where you are right now and see what kind of ways you couldn't see before, what you could do, or what you've been already receiving as thoughts or thought forms, but you've been not taking action with it, you will know why your life is maybe stagnant or how it is right now. Nothing wrong with that. No one is judging you for that. It just means you're practicing it and you're getting better at it. More you feel that new mentality, that new feelings of the new life. Ask yourself how my future self is thinking about this situation, how my future self is feeling about this situation, like how that most ideal me would be thinking about this. And you will notice, well, most probably he or she would laugh. Like, it's not a big deal. I can overcome anything. I can become anything. Yeah, this is a reminder for you right now. So this full moon today is reminding you there's infinite different versions of you, but you will become the one that you choose to become. So create an ideal of who you are choosing to become right now, and that full moon will support you. Yes, the energies right now will support you. The third energy theme for today is be aware of the universal energy, meditation, and the sacred in everyday life. So this is very powerful. I was just receiving these words for today, and then my job is to flow with it so it can make sense. I hope I'm already making sense. So, universal energy. I was talking about this. So when I talked about the spirit, this is the universal energy. This is the breath of life. It also speaks to you in a sense of resonance. So what does it mean? It means notice what puts you into a greater resonance. You will see sometimes hard things that are hard to do will put you into a greater resonance than things that are easy to do, which is a very strange thing to your body, because your body wants to do easy things, but then everything becomes hard. Your soul wants to do inspiring things, wants to do adventurous things, wants to do things that stretch you, that expand you, that make you more awake and present. That's how the universe speaks to you. It speaks to you in a language of resonance, and notice what resonates with you. Even from this video, notice what resonates with you the most, because it is the truth for you right now. You see, you only receive what your present state of consciousness allows you to receive. And therefore, what resonates with you is a language that speaks to you at this point. This is how the universal energy speaks to you. Meditation can help you to decode it. Meditation can help you to understand it. So yes, there's many different meditations, but if we go to the very basic understanding of what meditation truly is just to become aware. Meditation can mean become aware of what is happening. Because when you become aware of what is happening, you're not the happening anymore. Now you become the observer of happening, and then you can choose differently. So the consciousness is the part of you that is choosing. You can choose to react then to what is happening, or you can choose to respond to what is happening from a greater level of maybe constructive thinking or solution-oriented thinking. So you firstly need to become awareness, and then you can choose. And that's what this full moon is reminding you. And then the sacred in everyday life. So what does it mean? Well, it means that everything is actually a sacred order of the present frequency. Nothing is a mistake, nothing is actually a problem, and nothing is punishing you, and nothing is evil. It's only a reflection of your present frequency. If you believe it to be evil, then it's evil. If you believe it to be wrong, then it's wrong. If you believe it to be a problem, then it's a problem. But to someone who is only aware, only observes, everything is sacred because it's a symbol of the frequency. So it is just reflecting back to you what you need to know about you, so then you can change things, so there's less of what you don't want to see and more of what you want to see. So yes, life is only reflecting back to you what you need to see at this point, so you would wake up and see more of what you actually want to bring into this life. Actually, all the humanity is encouraged to wake up in this way, to recognize life is not happening to you. It's actually a manifestation of you. It happens through you. And if you don't like certain things around you, you need to figure out how to resolve it, and answers come to you immediately. You ask for them when you are willing to listen. When you're willing to listen, you will receive immediately. But then if you don't take action with it, it's like, I'm not worthy of that change. I'm not trusting that I can do it. And then the universe will be like, okay, I will wait a little bit more with you. But my friend, I know you're ready. I know you've been through enough to now put everything into work and leave that all behind. Because it's a self-love act. When you decide, I'm done with this habitual thinking, habitual acting, and habitual moving through life, and I will actually do what I know that is the most right for me. This is self-love, my friend. And this is love for humanity, because you're being an example of what it means to do what is right instead of what is just a habit. This is powerful. Then the fourth energy theme for today is human potential, brain power, and ascension. So there's actually more different things that I'm mentioning, but well, notice the potential of, firstly, ask yourself where you are. Let's break it down. Ask yourself where you are without judging yourself, without complaining, without feeling bad. Just notice where you are. And then ask yourself, what is the potential of this situation right now for me? What is the potential of this situation right now for me? Let's say you have one particular situation that is bothering you for quite some time. And more it is bothering you, more you're pushing it aside, and maybe part of you is hoping that it would disappear, but it's constantly returning because it's a pattern that was not changed or broken, right? So the best thing you can do is to ask yourself, okay, what potential can grow out of this situation that is bothering me? Maybe a new financial opportunity, maybe a new relationship, maybe healing in a relationship, Maybe I can change my habits and I will become healthier. Whatever it is. Well, when you will see a potential in what it can evolve, I'm sure that potential will inspire you. So we naturally try to push away what is painful or what is hard. But if we look deep into it, we notice there's inspiration in it. And well, when we feel it, we must act upon it, right? This is the key. Then brain power. So brain power is related to that potential. You see, your brain will always avoid or resolve. These are two different experiences we usually have, like react or respond, avoid or resolve. And your brain works through repetition. It builds neural pathways, and that's what creates habitual thinking. So if you find a hard time to change the way you think, it's because you've built pathways that are supporting your present mentality. Imagine this as a forest. There's a pathway into the forest, and that pathway is clear because so many people have walked it. Maybe cars have driven through it. So there are trees are not growing on the path. Grass and plants are not growing there because people are constantly walking. These are the pathways in your brain as well. You're constantly repeating same thoughts. When you read a book that introduces you to a new mentality, you start creating a new pathway in your brain. So what does it mean? You're now activating new neurons in the brain that are creating new synaptic connections. But it's like looking into the forest, into the wild part of the forest, and now you decide to walk through. Well, when you will walk through the first time, like when you read a book for the first time, the path will not be created. Maybe for a few days, but then branches will grow back, grass will grow back, animals will return, right? So you need to walk it over and over and over again for months, for years, and for more years, and then the path becomes clear. Same is with your brain, my friend. If you want to change your mentality, well, don't just read book once. Read it over and over and over again, and keep asking yourself, what does it mean? And keep visualizing what it means, and keep putting it into action, and keep practicing it, and keep talking to others about it. Keep teaching it to others. Why? Because that's when your brain is really changing the neuroplasticity. But then imagine when you're walking this new path and you've stopped walking the old path. Well, the old path will start growing, trees and branches and grass and animals will go there, and the new path will become more clear. That's your brain. The old pathways will slowly fall apart. The new ones will strengthen. This is neuroplasticity, my friend. Brain power. This is what this full moon is reminding you today. You have such an incredible power here, and you could use it even better. I know you're already using it quite well, but you could use it even better. And that will lead you to ascension, to upward spiral, because life is a spiral motion. Either you go down or you go up. Stagnation is not truly stagnation, it's a downfall. That's why when water becomes stagnant, it slowly starts to die, it starts to smell bad, the animals inside it start to die, oxygen disappears, and it's a beginning of death. So when there's stagnation in our lives, we're not using our brain power to shift it. Ascension means you start using your brain power to see the potential in current problems and start resolving them. This is the current energy. And then the fifth energy theme, connection with nature, awareness of energy fields, and resonance once again. So when you connect with nature, you say, I've just connected brain with nature. Connection with nature is not just walking into nature. It's actually seeing the patterns of nature inside of us, seeing that our nature is part of nature. We are part of nature, so we function similarly than as nature. But then nature is a manifestation of the universe and the universal nature. So if you want to understand yourself better, go into the nature and you will understand yourself better. When you go close to the river, you will see there's a stream of thoughts constantly flowing. There's a stream of vital energy constantly flowing. You can be connected to it or disconnected to it. There's a stream of inspiring thoughts, abundant actions, pulses to abundant action, constantly flowing. There's many different rivers, right? There are dirty waters, there are clean waters. There are high thoughts, there are low thoughts. Everything is present and available to all of us. It's just where we tune in. There's stagnation in nature, and there's thriving and blooming in nature. There's stagnation in you, and there's blooming in you. When you investigate how blooming happened, you can then bring that same attitude and behavior to the parts of you that are stagnant. When a relationship is stagnant, you need to ask yourself how that other relationship is so blooming. And you will see, well, because you've done something right there, then do something right also in a stagnant relationship. If it doesn't work, then let it go and don't make it a part of you, or whatever it is. You will know the best. So see the connection with nature, and nature will teach you how you work and how to level up yourself. There's also a power in nature when it comes to resilience and, let's say, renewal. So you can throw a bomb in nature and it will explode and everything will be chaotic. But if you leave it there, nature will grow back, which means nothing can break you. Truly, nothing can break you. You can get hurt. You can go through trial and error, but eventually you will grow back. You will heal and you will release the old grudges and pain, and you will turn it into some kind of meaning and purpose. And sooner you do it, sooner your life will change. So the question is not, can we heal? It's only how long we choose to dwell in the past until we decide to move forward instead of just looping in some kind of old thinking. It's the only question. And this full moon is reminding you, break the cycle of dwelling in some kind of, past thinking and feeling. Draw meaning from it, draw purpose from it, and then invest it into something that will change your life. Like if you've been hurt in the past, that's okay, it happens to all. Maybe your hurts were deeper, more painful, but still, you can find someone who's been through something like that and has transformed his or her life. If you can't find anyone, read the books by Viktor Frankl. Maybe The Search for Meaning, or what is the book? I've shared it with you. Embracing Hope, powerful book. Man's Search for Meaning, read that book as well. So you will see that people have been through the darkest possible times, and then they've been able to draw meaning from it and turn it into something powerful that changed humanity. So yeah, this is what it means to look deep into the nature, to look deep into yourself and see what needs to be upgraded. Energy fields, I mentioned energy fields. What are they? Well, they're fields of life. They're reminding us of momentum. So when you start something at the beginning, it's hard, but then the momentum starts and your energy field starts increasing. Same as with any other practice. You can go into the gym. First week, it's a bit hard. First month, maybe still hard. But then if you create a good plan, you find the right motivation for it, you know why you're doing it, then your body gets into momentum and you start to get stronger, you start to see some results, and then your field becomes more informed about the feedback you've received from doing it, and therefore you become empowered. And now with empowering comes more power. That's what empowering truly means. You gain more energy by actually doing what was hard at the beginning. That's how energy fields work. They also work destructively. When you do something that's bad for you, longer you do it, more you feel empowered to keep doing it. And then it's so much harder to stop doing it because there's so much power in doing it for you, so much pleasure, so much of escaping, so much of avoiding. So then everything you've been escaping from and avoiding from becomes so much harder to do. But then sooner you break it, the better. That's how energy fields work. They don't care if it's good or bad for you. They only care to be fed by your energy. So you can feed something that's actually good for you, like abundance lifestyle, for example, when you will start doing and taking more action towards something that will make you richer with knowledge, with value for others. And well, you will discipline yourself to start doing it more and sharing it more and, well, organize it in a way that can be useful in this time. Well, you will be rewarded with abundance. It's about doing and receiving. Doing it in the right way. And that's all connected to learning. Stronger your energy field, more you will attract to you right information. So more you're directed towards a particular thing, more you're walking towards it, stronger will be your field related to that thing. So more you will attract towards you everything that will be supportive for you while walking towards that thing. And then you need to take action with what you receive. So you don't live in this cognitive dissonance where you say one thing and you do something else. Powerful. That's what this full moon is all about. Many reminders already. And then resonance. Once again, I've talked about resonance before. Once again, I will mention resonance is a language of this universe. When something resonates with you, it means it is activating your consciousness at this point. Pay attention to it and do what it says. Do what it says. What resonates with you, do it. Do it. Because, well, you are a being, you are a spiritual being that evolves through action in this physical dimension. That's why doing is so important. So I hope you found great value today. Enjoy this full moon, enjoy this energy, and don't return back, turn forward and move courageously towards it. Okay? Yes, you are ready now, my friend. I will leave you here. I want to say big thanks to everyone for choosing to support my art. I'm also an artist, a painter. You can see some paintings behind me. And I'm painting like symbols that can remind you of what truly matters. And it will also put you into the right state of being. So go and check it out on AttractPassion.com or the link in the description of this video. You will find prints of my art and original paintings and so much more, like phone cases and shirts and mugs and so much more. So go and check it out, and I'm curious which one will resonate with you, because if it does, it has something to give you. Also join us on our Patreon community for more exclusive content. Until next time, one love.